What if you couldn't be hurt anymore? What if you could get to a point where no person or situation could ever hurt you again? Using the powerful ideas of psychologist Carl Jung, this video will explain how to find emotional strength and protect yourself from the inside. This isn't about becoming a cold person, it's about taking back your power. You will learn how to stop giving your energy to people who don't deserve it, and how to build the strong mind that Jung said was necessary to become your true self. The real reason you get hurt. Have you ever wished you were so strong that criticism, rejection, or betrayal didn't bother you? Do you dream of the day when you'll finally stop feeling that secret pain inside, even when you act like you're okay? Maybe you're tired of trying to please everyone and pretending to be tough all the time, when you really just want a break from the pressure. Here is a truth that most people won't tell you. As long as you try to run away from pain, it will control you. As long as you try to hide from your feelings, you will be a prisoner of what happens around you. The words that hurt, the actions that disappoint, and the silences that crush you. This isn't because you're weak, it's how most people feel. Some are just better at hiding it. Your true power is inside you. The pain comes from an old wound. The famous psychologist Carl Jung said that we are not defined by what happens to us, but by what we choose to become. That is the key. The answer isn't to build a wall around yourself or become cold and uncaring. The answer is to accept and understand all parts of yourself. You need to bring the feelings you hide in the dark out into the light. True strength is not the absence of pain. It's knowing who you are completely, even when you feel like you're hurting. If you are watching this, it's for a reason. This is for you, the person who is tired of being hurt by everything and everyone. It's for you who feels like others have a strange power over your emotions. I want to show you that it doesn't have to be this way. To do that, you will have to face some hard truths. But for the first time, this kind of pain might be what sets you free. Let's start. What hurts you is not what others do. It's what their actions trigger inside of you. It's the story you tell yourself about what happened. It's an old pain that was never dealt with. It's the emptiness you cover up by acting strong and proud. You believe that the things that hurt you are on the outside. Other people's actions, their careless words, the times you were left behind, or the betrayals you didn't see coming. But the hard truth is this: none of those things have the power to hurt you unless there is already an open wound inside of you. Jung showed us that the pain we feel from the outside world is just a reflection of what we haven't accepted on the inside. That's why some people can go through terrible things and stay calm, while others fall apart after a simple comment. It's not about what happens, it's about what part of you it hits. Here is another uncomfortable truth. You continue to suffer so much because you believe you can control how the world treats you. You keep trying to be good enough, smart enough, or strong enough, as if that will stop anyone from ever hurting you. But you can't control others. Trying to do so is an illusion that keeps you tense and worried. Do you want to stop suffering? Then stop trying to protect yourself from suffering. You don't need more control over others. You need more awareness of yourself. As long as you believe other people need to change for you to feel better, you will be a slave to their actions. Your freedom begins when you understand that what comes from the outside only has power if it connects to something painful inside you. And the real battle is with the hidden part of your mind, the unconscious. The things you don't see and don't understand are what control you. We will explore this next. The hidden part of your mind is in control. The biggest lie you've been told is that you are in control of your life. You are not, at least not while you live on autopilot, reacting without knowing why and making choices you later regret. Carl Jung explained this when he said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." This is exactly what is happening to you. Do you wonder why certain words destroy you while other people don't seem to care? It's because those words touch on sensitive spots inside you that are still hurting. They're still hurting because you never faced them. You just pushed them down, hoping they would go away. Jung said, "We cannot change anything until we accept it." And what have you been doing? Judging yourself, hiding your feelings, and telling yourself to be quiet, as if that would solve anything. The pain you feel, the anger that suddenly appears, the sadness that comes over you for no reason, none of it is random. These are messages from the parts of you that you have forgotten, ignored, or pushed down. Jung called this hidden area the unconscious. It's not just a collection of thoughts, it's a powerful force of memories, past hurts, desires, and fears that you don't want to face, but that still control how you feel and act. True strength is not a mask. The truth is, the unconscious mind doesn't disappear just because you ignore it. It just finds other ways to show up, like through repeating the same mistakes in relationships, sabotaging yourself when things are going well, or feeling anxious for no reason. This isn't bad luck, it's your mind trying to wake you up, but you keep hitting the snooze button. Do you want to be someone who can't be hurt? Then stop running away from what is inside you. As long as you don't know your own unconscious mind, you will be a puppet of your emotions. The more you try to protect yourself from outside pain, the more you will be hurt by your inside pain. But there is a way out. It's not about defending yourself, it's about accepting yourself. Becoming untouchable isn't about building walls, it's about deep self-knowledge. Let's continue. Becoming emotionally strong has nothing to do with being cold. It has nothing to do with ignoring your feelings or pretending you don't care. It has to do with accepting all of yourself, bringing the parts you hide in the dark into the light. You don't become untouchable by building a barrier. You become untouchable when you realize that no one can hurt a part of you that you have already accepted and embraced. When you accept your own fears, flaws, and insecurities, you stop reacting to everything. You can observe life and choose how to respond. You are no longer an emotional puppet. That is true freedom. Jung called this journey individuation, the process of becoming who you really are, not what others expect you to be. It's not a process of becoming perfect, but of becoming whole. Here is the secret no one told you. The more you run from pain, the more it chases you. The more you try not to be affected, the more sensitive you become. But when you face your own wounds and accept all of who you are, the good and the bad, nothing on the outside has the power to break you. This path takes courage. It takes courage to look inside, to take off your masks, and to truly feel your emotions. It is in the pain itself that you will find the key to your transformation. Pain is the path to your true strength. From a young age, you learn to hate pain. You were taught that suffering is a sign of weakness, and that feeling too much makes you easy to hurt. So you started to run, avoid, and deny your feelings. But the more you run from pain, the more it chases you. And worse, it changes its shape. It turns into anxiety, anger, boredom, or self-destructive habits that you don't understand. Pain that is ignored doesn't go away. It just digs deeper inside you until one day everything falls apart. Jung saw suffering in a completely different way. He believed pain was a messenger from your soul, an alarm from your unconscious mind that is trying to get your attention. He said, "Depression is like a lady in black. If she appears, don't push her away. Invite her in and listen to what she has to say. But you don't listen. You get busy, distract yourself, and numb yourself to avoid looking at what really matters. What is this pain trying to show you? The truth is that suffering hurts so much because you are at war with yourself. There is a part of you that wants to grow, and another part that wants to keep everything the same. Something inside you is calling for a change. But your mind, which is used to being in control, tries to ignore that call. The pain comes from this inner conflict. Change hurts. Growth hurts. Letting go of old beliefs and toxic people is like a small death. But it is only when things fall apart that something new can be born. When pain makes you feel completely vulnerable, you can finally see who you really are, without any masks or defenses. At that moment, suffering becomes holy, because it brings you face to face with the only thing that can set you free yourself. Jung knew that pain is not a mistake. It is part of the process. Pain is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of the journey to becoming your true self. The problem is that most people give up before they get through the hardest part. They run away, but not you. If you've come this far, you are ready to continue the journey. The final journey is within. Few people have the courage to start the journey to become their true selves, and even fewer finish it. This path does not promise comfort. It doesn't protect your ego. It breaks it down. Jung said this journey is about becoming who you are, but this really means unlearning who you think you are. And that can hurt more than anything. You start to realize that much of what you thought defined you was just an illusion. You are not your job, your past, or the image you built to be liked. Those things were just a mask you wore to survive. But surviving is not the same as truly living. This is how you become untouchable. It's not because nothing affects you anymore, but because you have already walked through the fire inside yourself. You have faced your own monsters. You have looked at your shame, your fears, and your anger, and said, I see you, and you no longer control me. This inner clarity gives you a strength that doesn't depend on anyone's approval or praise. You no longer need everyone to love you. You no longer need to win every argument. You no longer need to act strong because you know who you are, and no one can take that away from you. This is true emotional armor. You may still feel pain, but it won't break you. You may get hurt, but you won't lose yourself. You have stopped just reacting to life and have started to live from a deeper place. However, this journey can be lonely, not because you will be alone, but because few people can walk this path with you. Most people are still trapped on the surface, wearing their masks and afraid of their feelings. When you start to free yourself, you will naturally create some distance. This isn't because of pride, it's because you are growing. You no longer fit in the same small spaces you used to hide in. Your awareness is your shield. Now that you have come this far, let me be very clear. Nothing will protect you from pain if you stay unaware of what is happening inside you. Words will hurt, rejection will sting, and loss will bring you down until you awaken. Waking up is not a magical moment, it's a choice you make every day. It's the choice to look inside, even when it hurts. It's taking responsibility for your feelings, without blaming anyone else. Carl Jung said, "What you resist, persists, what you accept, transforms." You have spent your life resisting your feelings, the fear, the emptiness, the loneliness. You tried to be perfect and strong, and it has left you exhausted from fighting the world and yourself. But now you know the truth. Real emotional protection is not a wall, it is awareness. It is not about creating armor, it is about expanding your understanding of yourself. When you understand your own triggers, your patterns, and your old wounds, the actions of others lose their power to destroy you. You still feel, but you don't get lost in the feeling, and that changes everything. What protects you is not hiding from life, but diving deep into it. People who live on the surface are knocked over by every wave, but those who dive deep know there is a quiet, stable power below, and that is where you are going. When you start to live from this place of acceptance and presence, the world can try to knock you down, but it will no longer find a weak spot to hit. If this video touched you, write in the comments, "I choose awareness." Let's start a movement of people who want to live with truth instead of just pretending to be strong. And remember, the journey continues. Real change only begins when you keep going.